I found a Clarkson Grand Tour car and it's arguably the worst he ever drove. It is one of the worst ever exports from Japan, and today I'm going to be driving it to a Japanese car specialist to see what condition this car is in after a Grand Tour special. Top Gear and Grand Tour cars almost always get battered on their trips, meaning that when they come back to the UK, they can need a lot of work to be back roadworthy. But with some time and some effort, they can be saved. Like this one. This is Jeremy Clarkson's Mitsuoka Le Seyde from the Eurocrash special. Would you believe this thing is a Nissan Silvia S13 underneath? Underneath that bonnet is an SR20, the legendary SR20, a naturally aspirated version putting out 160 horsepower. This car is a 1991, which means it's based on the S13. There is a later Le Seyde that's based on the Nissan Silvia S15, and there's a convertible version that's based on a Fox body Mustang. There's a Windsor V8 in it. Mitsuoka's whole shtick has been to create retro-styled cars based on mostly Japanese underpinnings, looking to emulate American and particularly British cars of the 20th century. The Vute is a Mark II Jag based on a Nissan Micra. The Galoo is a Rolls-Royce based on a Nissan Crew, and they even chopped up a Gen 1 Honda NSX to make the truly hideous Orochi. No! 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 Where have I found this Clarkson car then? Well, I happen to be part of a group chat for Top Gear and Grand Tour nerds who are searching for cars driven by the trio. And I got chatting to a man called Zach, who's taken it upon himself to start collecting Clarkson Hammond and May cars. Now that is easier said than done, because Amazon keeps these things pretty locked down for a couple of reasons. The first one is liability. Imagine if they sell a car to the public that's been in a special and then it's involved in an accident, and the way it performs in that accident then gets traced back to something that happened during filming. That would have a lot of lawyers licking their lips, and things would get pretty sketchy for Amazon. The other one is IP. Amazon doesn't really like pouring money into something and then other randomers making money off of it. So imagine a car like this is sold to the public, and then someone does it up and sells it for a massive profit because it's a famous TV car. To stop either of these things happening, Amazon first offers the cars to the trio, then to the production crew, and if neither of those people want them, it will then be scrapped or kept in a secret bar. No! Saying that, numerous cars have slipped through the net and have been sold at auction, many of which I've managed to film with, like Clarkson's Top Gear Alpha 75, James May's Maserati, and quite recently, Clarkson's RS4 from the Scandi Flick has been on eBay too. It's time then to get the explanation as to how this car has made it into the wild, from new owner, Zach. Zach, how have you ended up with this car? What's the story?
So the story is Jeremy originally raffled this car for charity. Now, I didn't even know about the raffle. Somebody won it, who I don't think really thought they were going to win.
I remember seeing that online, to be fair.
Yeah, and they won it and it got delivered and somebody thought, oh, what do I do with this? So it sat in a garage for a few months and then they put it up for sale, and that's where I bought it.
Right, okay. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for it?
Well, I personally think I got an absolute bargain on this. The estimate, because it was on one of those auctions where they do an estimate, they thought it would be up to about max like 15 grand odd. In the end, delivered, I paid 11 and a half.
Wow, I mean that's tough to value.
It is.
I don't know what one of these things is non-TV famous, but this is fundamentally a Clarkson car now.
Yeah, it's the most famous Le Seyde in the world.
Okay, so 11 and a half grand, fair enough. And what condition did you receive it in? Because I've driven this car before, actually.
Oh, really?
That day of filming with Richard and James at the Grand Tour track. And it was in a bit grubby, I'm not gonna lie. They often are when they come back from these specials. I can see arrow holes and stuff around, but how much work have you actually had to do on this car?
So surprisingly, mechanically, it's been very, very good. It arrived, everything was working, it didn't have any major obvious faults. The main thing is, like as you said, it needed quite a bit of cosmetics doing to it. Yes. It needed very good clean on the inside, the outside. I've had to, you know, have the underside treated and address arrow holes because most of this.
There's a few. If you come around here,
Yeah.
there's a good few. There's some absolute beasties right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
They're big dogs.
They really are. See, the thing is, most of this car is fiberglass, so any arrow holes that are on the fiberglass don't matter because it doesn't rust, which is great.
Interesting.
So obviously on the metal bits like the doors, last summer I did some treatment on them. They probably need another bit of treatment, but I've preserved them. That's been my goal, is to preserve its damage because it's the story.
And I've already told you this. We are taking this to Talk GT today.
Yes.
Top level Japanese car specialist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen underneath it?
I have actually seen it. I have seen it once,
How
only
is it?
once.
Because I guess you're talking fiberglass on top. Underneath, it's a Japanese car from the 90s, which is not good in terms of corrosion.
Exactly, yeah. I've only seen it once because you have to find a big enough ramp to get it on. But yeah, I have seen it once and I thought it looked pretty good. But we'll see. We'll leave it over to the experts.
Interesting, interesting. And this car is fundamentally road legal. This isn't a car, I mean, you've driven it here today.
Oh, yeah.
It's insured, it's MOT'd, it's tagged, it's all good to go.
Yeah.
Were there any things you had to do to simply get it roadworthy?
No, not really.
It was good to go.
Yeah, it was good to go. There wasn't any sort of, you know, big changes or anything. No, it was just a long conversation with the insurance company and that was it really, ready to rock.
How have you insured it? Because I know other people have owned Clarkson cars actually specifically, and they've quite struggled to insure it. But this thing, you seem to have been all right.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fine. I think because it's such an abstract, strange sort of model and it's classified as a classic, I think it's perhaps more lenient in that respect.
Well, I know some insurers would freak out the second they hear Clarkson, but also there's one thing missing, which is the candelabras.
Oh yeah.
Where are they? Have they survived? Are they okay?
Well, the originals haven't because they were Hungarian archered. They didn't make it. But the car came with the spare pair from the TV shoot, and I have those, and I have them with me today.
Right, okay. And I know you don't always drive with them installed.
That's correct.
But we're going to put them on today. Are they okay on the motorway? I've got a bit of motorway driving to come.
Yeah, once they're on, because it was, if you remember on the show, Jeremy did a big chunk of that trip, and he doesn't hang about. So they do stay. Once they're on, they're very, very secure.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to driving this thing again. It was a very strange experience. But yes, let's first install those candelabras. Where are they?
Oh, let's do it. They're actually on the back seat. I very nicely strapped them in. They're like,
beautiful.
They're like my little passengers.
They look good. They look pretty damn good. I think once we see how much that Silvia's been butchered to become the Mitsuoka, we're all gonna need a beer. And in fact, all of the top dogs from my previous employment are getting stuck into drinks these days. Clarkson, Hammond and May are all currently fighting to be the king of automotive adjacent booze. But if, like me, lager, gin and whiskey aren't really your thing, today's video sponsor, Beer 52, has a cracking selection of unique beers that you can get for free. Beer 52 are the UK's #1 beer club, and every month they expertly curate a case of exclusive beers from a region's best breweries. All you have to do is cover the £6.95 postage and you will get a free case of 8 beers. Yep, that's right, a whole case of beers completely for free. And it's a really eclectic mix of beers from all the best beer countries, namely the UK, Germany and the USA. If you're into pale ales, this Bureau is apparently an absolute corker. And how cool is the can with its slightly freaky three-eyed rabbit? Let's give it a crack. Oh ho! She's a feisty one. It's smooth, it's hoppy. For someone that's big on their soft drinks, that's a tasty ale. If you don't like dark beer, just choose the light case and don't forget you get a couple of tasty snacks too. You can also learn more about the breweries featured in your case through the award-winning Ferment magazine. Even if, after all that, you're still unsatisfied, you can simply pause or cancel anytime. Check out the link in the description below or visit beer52.com/Mike to claim your free beer. That's beer52.com/Mike or scan the QR code on screen now. Back to the Mitsu.
This car arrived from the auction house with a boot full of candelabra spares and broken glass.
Well, I'd like to think we were driving around at the Grand Tour track with those in the back, just getting absolutely
Probably,
clattered
yeah,
round.
that was the Ebola drive. That was hard cornering.
When I get out of here, I'm going to hurt you.
Okay, so they go through these holes.
Yeah, just mind yourself on this because you can get fiberglass splinters.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so don't go under the arch very much, okay? So next, I need to actually go in the boot.
This is potentially far too much fat.
I've only just started.
I'm saying it now.
Well, when you see them, it will be beautiful. It'll be the best thing you've ever seen. Look, I have all the things. So I've got a spanner. These are metal plates that go under the arches, which give them some stability.
This is far too much hassle.
It's a lot of hassle, yes. I've even got a manky kneeling cushion so I don't get jeans dirty. You see, I'm very organised.
The amount of thought you have to put into driving a Le Seyde.
Exactly. This is just
How do you say it?
goes.
Do you say Le Seyde or are you Le Seyde?
I say Le Seyde, but whether I'm
Le
right...
Seyde.
But I don't have a clue, really.
Okay.
I don't think anybody really knows. Interestingly enough, I looked up to see if that meant anything in Japanese. It doesn't. I looked up if it meant anything in French because of the le.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. This is what it means.
It's just a noise.
Yeah, it's just this.
Okay,
This is what Le
wait.
Seyde means. Now, it's got a glass bit here. Now, you have to keep hold of this because
Actual
otherwise
glass
it...
or
Yeah, it is
plastic?
glass.
Oh
So
my
if you
God.
keep hold of the glass, otherwise it will drop down the wire, okay?
Yep. People driving past going like, what?
So now we're going to gently get it down.
Yep.
Yeah, so so if you can just get comfortable holding that for a little bit,
Yep.
Mike.
Do we go horizontal?
I personally
or
would
straight?
go the how you had it.
like that.
Yeah.
That's going to obstruct the view way more than that.
Okay, do like
No,
that,
no, no.
Mike. But that's
I'm fine. If this is the way you do it,
well, it's the way it's Clarkson spec. So
Okay, okay.
blame Jeremy, I'm afraid.
there's a slight chance that Jeremy watches this. Slight.
Is there? Oh, fantastic.
He'll think, oh, I used to employ that guy. Why
Yeah.
has he got my car? And then he'll get stuck in.
Yeah, he'll get stuck right in.
He'll get dragged in by the retention net.
And
Hearing that, Tombo? Your edit is going to drag him in. Actually, Tombo, were you on the Grand Tour track shoot with this car?
Yeah.
So does that mean that have you driven this car?
All three of us have driven
There
this
you
car.
go. Everyone on the shoot today has driven this car. I need to itch my nose, is that okay?
that's okay. Just keep it sort of straight and flat, if that makes sense.
Yep, she's flush.
Perfect.
Are we going to get stopped by the police?
I'll tell you what, I have been stopped by the police once, and they said to me, I have no problem with this, just don't drive with them on at night. That's
Okay.
all they told me.
Fine, we don't plan to do that. Unless it takes us 12 hours to get to Talk GT, we should be okay.
So you'll probably feel a bit of tension, Mike. So if you can just keep it nice and steady for me, please. And I'll get this, I've really got to get it properly on.
As long as you don't shatter the glass in my hands.
Well, I don't think that's
Right.
very likely.
I can feel her tightening.
It's as if Mitsuoka didn't plan for this, you know? It really is.
I can't believe those horns are standard.
They are, they genuinely
That is
are.
unbelievable that they are on a factory car.
Yep, they're the exact standard Mr. Mitsuoka special horns. Where's my other wire? There we go. And then we hide this tucks up. And
I've
then,
just got this vision of those wires catching in the wheel and the whole candelabra
yeah, that
being
would be good.
ripped downwards.
Ta-da! There we go.
Oh, wow! Beautiful.
We then performed the same stunt on the passenger side before one last safety check.
That's going to be beautiful at 70 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. They both should work now. There we are.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. Ready
Look
to
at
rock.
that. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Shall we drive to Talk GT?
Yes.
May I
absolutely.
drive?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Do you know what?
Yeah.
She's smooth.
Yeah.
She is smooth. She drives well. You clearly look after this car.
Thank you. Yes, it's all been so it's all well looked after. Yeah, it is. It does run nicely.
It's quite disconcerting the amount of oscillation from the candelabras.
Yeah, that's basically as tight as they get. Unfortunately, Halfords don't sell automotive candelabras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have also solved one of the main issues I found driving this car originally, which is that this seat is bolted into Jeremy's driving position.
Yes.
Considering he's 6'5", I'm 5'10", you're about the same as that.
Yeah.
You were tiptoeing.
Yeah, you can reach the pedals now, which is handy.
Yeah, is this literally just through a seat cover and a cushion?
Exactly, yeah, it's exactly that.
Nice. Well, now that I'm in a proper driving position, it is actually an okay thing to drive.
Thank you, I'm glad you've said that. It's on record now. Somebody who knows what they're talking about likes it. Yes.
I like the way it drives. I think it looks terrible.
Well, yeah, but when you're in it, you can't see it.
Absolutely terrible. And actually, this is something that is lesser known about this whole special. I remember chatting to Richard when they were planning it, and the original editorial was road tripping in the ugliest cars ever made.
Oh, really?
Now, I know it changed for the TV show to, what was it, like the road trip that no one ever went on.
Yeah, cars you'd never use for a road trip.
So I don't know, to me that's a bit squiffy. I actually think the original thought of road tripping the ugliest cars ever made was like a cleaner story, and that's why Jeremy chose this.
Yeah.
James was in that Crosley, and then Richard is in that Chevy pickup
Oh,
truck.
that's fantastic. That puts a whole new spin on it. It makes a lot more sense, actually, doesn't it?
And it means when people say that the car's ugly, it's like, well, yeah, that's why they chose them.
Yeah.
You don't need to defend it. And I must say, some of the reactions of the people driving past, they clearly recognise this car. What's it like owning this thing? Do you get a lot of attention?
Constant attention. I've had people following me back just home just to say, I'm sorry I've followed you. A bit strange, obviously, but I've got to know what it is. And anybody who does recognise this car, they're so excited to see it. I love, sharing it with people and talking about it.
Is that even without the candelabras?
Yeah, even without the candelabras.
It's so rare, I guess.
Yeah, I know. People absolutely love it. With the candelabras on, it's a whole, other world. You get people hanging out there, if you're in a traffic queue near houses, people hang out their window taking photos. Yeah. It's like absolutely crazy. It's like being a celebrity on the road, really, in this, which is technically what it is.
And this isn't the only Clarkson made car you own. What else is in the garage?
I'm actually very lucky enough to own James May's Crosley from the same episode, so the Eurocrash episode.
Is this your favourite special?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Eurocrash. I'm a Eurocrash enthusiast.
Why do you think that's the case?
I think probably because they're the weirdest cars. I just really like quirky, strange vehicles. I've always have.
So what condition is the Crosley in then?
The Crosley, when it first came to me, it was very much broken, like it was authentic from the show, which was broken. Okay. And
because our, I guess, mutual pal now, Hadrian at HMS, he bought it from production.
Yeah, that's right. And I bought it from Hadrian. And
is that because you saw it in the back of potentially some of my videos?
That's very true.
Or the COG TV show?
I literally spotted it at the back.
So you've got 2/3 of Eurocrash in your garage.
Yeah, I do, which is super rare,
And the final third is in Richard's barn.
It really is.
You need to make him an offer.
Richard, if you're watching, here I am.
He's probably not.
Well, if you're not watching, Richard, that's fine. If somebody who knows Richard, maybe. I've got some cash ready for a big yellow truck. So,
do you know what? As far as I'm aware, he's not done anything with it. Maybe he would take an offer.
Well, there you go. Hammond, you're going to get some money and a bigger space in your garage.
It's a bit of a 6-litre V8.
Yeah,
it's quite a different recipe to this. But
well, exactly.
I would say equally as ugly.
Yeah, it is an ugly brute, that's for sure. I've got to say, Mike, you've got straight back into driving this. It's like you've never left it.
Oh, yeah, I'm smooth. I'm smooth.
No, you what? No, genuinely.
Let's give her a little kick down. That 160 horsepower is working hard.
It is. It's not the most aerodynamic kind of car.
No, and probably also quite heavy, considering like the extra car that's been added to the original on this side.
Exactly. It's a lot heavier, worse aerodynamics, and you've got candelabras on. Not exactly track spec.
Oh my God. I have technically done a track day in it though.
Yeah, no.
But tiptoeing around the Grand Tour track.
How much better is it having mended candelabras versus broken ones?
Yeah, they were much janglier.
Yeah, they had all the jewels and stuff.
Yeah, they had stuff like hanging off them, if I remember.
Yeah, the insurance company wouldn't agree to that.
So have these actually been modified to not have the jangly bits?
Well, I've just removed them. I've still got them, but they go on mainly for like static display and stuff. But this was as far as I could go, really.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, you've got to take it quite gingerly. Yeah, that's for sure.
We've got lorries fully stopping so that they don't clip the candelabras.
Exactly.
That shows respect on this car.
Yes, and that's what it deserves. Full-on respect.
Now, you might have been quite a wise businessman now as well, because the fact of the matter is, there is no more Jeremy Clarkson Grand Tour cars that are going to exist anymore.
That's true.
They've all happened.
Yep.
So they're surely only going to go up in value.
That's my theory. That's my School of Economics theory. that's my plan. Yeah, exactly. This is a limited supply, and what is out there doesn't always survive. And yeah, so well, we'll see if this one, how well this one has survived when we get to the garage. But yeah, I'd like to think this will appreciate.
Do you know how many Le Seydes are in the country?
It's hard to get a definitive answer, but from what I've been able to tell, I think that including this one, there's about 10.
Oh, Seyde's lovely.
Yeah,
You clearly have surfaced this fairly recently.
yeah, it has been. It had a full going over.
I can tell.
Well, I'm glad. You probably didn't fully know what to expect.
Well, I was trying to think back to that time at the Grand Tour track, and I just remember the front axle feeling like it was about 10 feet too far in front of me.
How does it feel
But
today?
do you know what? It's pretty much all about seating position. Now that I'm upright and can actually see over the bonnet
Yeah.
and can grab the steering wheel properly, it's totally fine. Right, so you're saying if she cruises at what, 50, 60?
Yeah, just stick it in overdrive.
Candelabra safe?
I would just do about 55
Okay.
if you're okay with that.
Yeah, we're about there now, that's all good. From my engineering background, I would love to see a CFD aerodynamic analysis of this current car its configuration.
Terrible. That would be the result. Just awful.
We're going for an overtake.
I know, with
Here we
candelabras.
go.
How often do you get overtaken by candelabras?
A transit van towing a Suzuki Jimny. Let's have it. She stays cool.
Yep.
We've barely used any fuel.
Yeah.
Sipping away.
Yeah.
Quite low mileage. 42,000 miles.
No, that's kilometres.
Oh, it's kilometres.
It's even less.
There you go.
I know.
Full JDM spec.
It is.
Have you thought about turbocharging it? Or putting in the turbo SR20?
I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure, because it could compensate for the weight of the car.
Yes.
It might make it a bit more
SR20s
spoiler.
can produce serious power, like big time.
Yeah, well, I'll put it on the maybe list.
If people want to see your cars, this and the Crosley, can they find you on YouTube or Instagram?
I've got Instagram and YouTube. I make some videos with the cars. It's just my name's Zach Gascott. And yeah, you can find me there. See what I'm up to with the candelabras.
I'll put some links below to your stuff. Your
that
arm has span round.
Yeah, that has spun round. That'll be all right.
Is that normal?
Well, it's normal enough. It's better than how they were with Clarkson. But the main thing is that the main base is nice and sturdy.
Okay, good.
And
don't panic.
Don't panic.
With absolutely no panicking going on, we made it off the motorway.
Ford ST guy likes it.
Right, time to mix it with some of the nicest Japanese cars you will have ever seen.
Yeah, and that's what this is, right? Please.
Yeah. This is right up there.
Right up there.
R34 Skyline.
Yeah.
Nah.
Exactly.
Boring. Has she got a horn?
Oh yeah, but it's very quiet.
How do I?
Just the middle.
The middle.
of the steering wheel, yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
Arriving at Japanese car specialist Torque GT, I sent Zach off to look at the stunning JDM cars in the showroom while the Mitsuoka was positioned on a ramp in the workshop.
Paul, I've brought you a Japanese Grand Tour car before. Here's the next one. What do you make of Clarkson's Mitsuoka?
It's different, isn't it? Definitely different. It's pretty cool though.
You could say that, but being a Japanese car specialist here, surely you've had some form of Mitsuoka come through the door at some point.
You'd think so, but not exactly, no.
Really? They must be super rare in the UK. Then.
Yeah, definitely. Not, basically not one of these, that's for sure.
Okay, well, Wikipedia tells me, I don't believe it currently, that this is an S13 underneath. You've worked on plenty of it, am I right?
Yes, yeah, plenty of S13, Silvias and 180s, 200 SXs, yeah.
Okay, well, I want to use your expertise then, get this thing up in there and tell me how much S13 is left over. I want to see what they've actually done to this car to make it look like it does.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
So Paul, from what I've seen on the internet, this is basically a long wheelbase S13. What can you see that they've done to make that happen?
Well, straight away you can see they've added attached straight to the original chassis legs, and then from there on they've extended it here. So that would be roughly where the original chassis legs would end. And they've extended it right the way and moved this whole front.
So
forwards.
what do you reckon? Is it an extra like 2 feet they've added?
Probably more than that, I would have said. Going from there, so you can see where the joint starts.
Yes.
And
Okay.
you got literally to
Oh,
there.
it goes
So
all the way to
yeah,
there.
so it's almost
Sorry, I
like
thought it was just
it's
from here.
almost like a meter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's a fair amount.
Okay, and I've always known that if you do this to a car, your steering's just going to go to hell. So is the steering column and everything custom? Like, will that all be welded in somewhere to allow for the length?
Yeah, they've extended it there, look. So the original one comes down, it would have been roughly here where the rack was.
Okay.
And then they've extended it with a support bearing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty fancy.
That's probably why it feels so weird. What did you think taking it round the block? You've just been out in it for a bit.
Yeah, you can feel it's different for
Yes.
sure, but yeah, it feels okay.
Okay, so I get from your vibe you think they've done quite a good job
Yeah,
for
yeah.
what it is.
It looks pretty good.
If
yeah.
you're going to hack an S13 to pieces, you know.
But yeah, they've done it pretty well.
So is this all at the front here? Is this all
Yeah, this
normal
whole cross
S13?
member section
Yeah.
here is all original.
Yeah.
So they've just basically moved it all forward, which is interesting because obviously they've had to completely reconstruct the whole strut tops. Because obviously originals would have been back here somewhere.
And I would have expected the radiator to be up against the grill, but there's,
Yeah,
there's
no.
a good foot and a half between the grill and then the
Yeah, they've
radiator
just
there.
more or less left it where it was originally.
Okay.
Because obviously your cooling fan's bolted to the front of the engine.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they've left the rad and everything in its stock location and moved everything forward.
Okay. And would you say everything rearward is completely normal? This all stock?
It all kind of looks as it would have done on the original car, kind of stock, because the original car ends there, look. So you've got tank, rear boot section, your rear chassis legs are all stock.
And there's just this huge amount of fiberglass added to the sides.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, definitely. Obviously it's extended out, isn't it? 'Cause you can see where your arches
It's like-
would have been.
bolted and gummed into place.
Yeah, yeah, and they've extended it out.
So that looks...
No, that's extra. There's your
Yeah.
original sills there, look, they've welded it to it.
Oh, okay. So
there's
it's got
your-
this bar going along the
so
side.
this box section
All
to
these-
the original sills.
Brackets coming down to it. And then from just a genuine inspection point of view, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's in
This
pretty
looks
good
quite
condition.
minty.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
It's quite oil leaky. I don't know whether it's transmission or like all around here is a bit
A
leaky.
little bit, but it's been coated in some kind of wax as well.
So from a Torque GT perspective, could you apply quite a few mods to this because there's fundamental S13 stuff going on?
Yeah, I suppose it depends on customer requirements, but you know, you could put different
Brakes,
suspension,
coilovers.
brakes, coilovers, wheels, yeah, all that sort of stuff. Change the exhaust.
Turbo mods.
Yeah, swap the turbo
Tell you what,
engine and stuff.
this thing with the Turbo SR20 manual swapped,
Would be
some coilovers, some brakes.
a lot of fun to drive. Would be cool.
It'd be nice and stable, long wheelbase. You know, you could
Yeah,
hold drifts
you'd
forever.
You'd have a good pivot point. wouldn't you?
absolutely.
Although a bunch of the re-engineering under the car is somewhat impressive, some of it is pretty nasty, especially these horrible tabs reinforcing the sill sections. It looks like some mods have occurred on this Mitsuoka, maybe in preparation for the Grand Tour shoot, as it does have a set of coilovers at the rear.
Definitely added some weight to the car for sure.
It feels like it. It's apparently got 160 horsepower, but it does not feel like 160 horsepower.
Yeah, it's lugging a bit more extra weight for sure, isn't it? That's your airflow meter and airbox there.
How does that get air?
Yeah, right. Let's go in
It's
the bonnet
the-
and have a look at that. But
No, there's not a hole this side.
yeah, it's a massive great tunnel, but yeah, don't know. It must come in through there.
How do we get under the bonnet?
It's got a standard bonnet pull, so I'm imagining that it pops up in the middle there
Okay.
as normal.
Whoa! There she is. To me, that just looks like an MX-5 engine.
They do look similar, don't they? Yeah, there you go, look, it goes all the way around down there to the airbox.
Where is that getting airflow from? Because it's all completely sealed off. I love that these literally are nothing either. Like, I can't see where these end. They just go into the V-lark somewhere.
I guess it's that kind of look. They wanted to make it look like they're exhaust pipes, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, so this is all, in fact, will these be S13?
Yeah, there's your
printers here?
PS13 and your chassis rep plate and all that stuff, and then there
you go.
Custom build tag.
And I've not had much experience with one of these engines. What makes the SR20 fundamentally a good engine?
Obviously it's alloy, all completely alloy, chain driven, so it's reliable, good torque, and they're just reliable little power units really.
Very cool. I'm starting to respect it for what they've set out to do.
No, they've done
They've actually kind of gone for it.
It's a good engineering feat, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. It's been good to see you underneath. I'll break the news to the owner, Zach. He's got a good car.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
He's got a bargain.
Zach, I must admit, coming into today, I didn't realise just how much this car was going to surprise me. After driving it and getting it up on the ramp,
Yes.
you've bought a bit of a minter.
Brilliant, that's what I wanted to hear. I always wondered if I had a car left, but I could drive it away. But obviously it's done well.
Yeah, honestly, for a Grand Tour car, I've seen so many battered ones. Some that we've thought to take on as projects and they're just too far gone.
Right.
But this is actually really well preserved. Like, you've clearly put some effort into
1 point for the Mitsuoka.
What is your plan with the car now?
So my plan with the car now is to take it to more car shows this year, because I love, sharing it with people and talking to people about the car. Probably make some more videos with it, because it's got a lot more of its story to tell, and just some other little cosmetic jobs, while obviously maintaining the Grand Tour patina.
That's it, you've got to be careful. Some people would think, oh, this car needs a restoration, but at the end of the day, it's famous for one reason, because it got a bit battered on a TV show, right?
Yeah, so it's just little bits to preserve it rather than replace history, if that makes sense. Anything that keeps it going and nice, whilst keeping as much history as possible.
Well, I'll definitely be following your socials, and guys, I'll put them in the link in the description below. Follow Zach's stuff, his Instagram and his YouTube, to follow this car's journey. But genuinely, thank you for bringing it down today. It's been really cool reuniting with this car.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. It's been great. I'm glad it's passed.
The vast majority of leftover Top Gear cars can be found at the Grampian Motor Museum up in Scotland. But by the looks of it, the Grand Tour cars, unless they go to a member of the trio, are being sold to the highest bidder. So, what Grand Tour cars or Top Gear cars would you like to see on the channel next? I will have a rummage and try to find them. Comment down below which cars you'd like to see. I want to find that stretch MGF. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this. What's for you won't go by you. I'll see you in the next one.